So I have been developing something called mental Taiji, which is a combination of game theory, Taiji, and the fractal nature of the universe. So Taiji, as I have explained in my previous video, is basically the premise that everything backfires. And it is a means of self-defense, and it is also very natural and flowing. But it is also very applicable to other things as well. All right, so Taiji and mental Taiji. Case 1. And this is very timely because I'm making this while it's still fresh, based on my use of mental Taiji and my findings from recent experiences and applications. And I'm telling you all my secrets. Why? Why am I not keeping them secret? Because game theory has a min-max theorem, which I would like to talk about someday more in depth. But basically, when you have found your optimal strategy, it doesn't matter, it doesn't make a difference whether it's secret or open. Suppose somebody is running at you with a knife. What do you do? Well, at the most basic level, you could run and find somebody running with a knife in the opposite direction. Or doesn't necessarily have to be, exactly that. Could be a wall, possibly with some sort of a knife. Could be a cliff. And you just let them do whatever they want, and you step aside. There are mental versions of this as well. For example, if somebody is harassing or locking down or taking away freedoms, surveilling, torturing, manipulating, and just generally attacking, all of the crimes. This can be used in those situations as well. Case number 2. You don't always have to do anything. Because as ethical beings, we would only do something ethical, like step aside. It's perfectly ethical. I didn't do anything wrong. Or you could even just do nothing and just let karma. So suppose somebody is super angry. Could be, someone in your family, could be someone at work, could be someone in a place of power, and they're just so angry and just throwing whatever they can at you, your family, others, just bullying, all right, oppressing. Well, mental Taiji says that you just do nothing, because I've been learning something called heart math, which is very similar to mental Taiji in that it combines the heart and math. And what heart math says is that anger and frustration are emotions that cause one's heartbeat to look like this, right? And it's unhealthy, and it hurts the person who is angry or frustrated. Before they even hurt anyone else, they're hurting themselves. So the problem tends to resolve itself. Obviously, we would hope that they would choose a better outcome through other options of behavior and be open to what we have to offer. If we were given a chance. And this applies to not just anger. And it applies not just to the heart. Because another thing that heart math research has found is that it also is connected to cognitive performance. So even if somebody has very high functioning intellect, if they are emotionally out of control, when in a state of emotional disturbance, even somebody who's very smart can do or say things or make decisions that are very dumb. For example, there's a lot of things. Attacking the wrong person. Running off a cliff. And obviously, being ethical, compassionate, and beings who have compassion and gratitude, which according to heart math cause a nice, healthy sinusoidal heartbeat. Again, we hope that they make better choices, resulting in better outcomes. And we would help if given the chance. So, case 3, on a national level, this can play out in cases like Israel and Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, the US, and China. Suppose that some nation, entity, organization being, all right, killed all the rest and became the ruler of the world, or even an AI, okay? And they became the dictator of the world. Again, the same thing happens. They are only, you don't have to do anything, because there will always be something more powerful. The universe is infinite. So everything that could exist exists somewhere. There will always be something more powerful, more power hungry, and they'll go at it, all right? And then once they, kill each other off, or kill everything else, and there will be another bigger one, and on and on and on. And it's the same thing here. Plays out on a bigger and bigger scale, from global or national, global, as we saw with the global pandemic, and even beyond outer space, the sun, and beyond. Case 3 is not only on the national or the global or the galactic or even this universe level. Any single case, any situation, mental Taiji is applicable, because our universe is fractal in nature. You can learn more about that from learning about fractals, learning about the quantum, learning about source coding. Credit at Dr. Sam Rader. Also the Nobel Prize in Physics last year, where Elaine Aspect proved that the universe is non-locally real. From nothing is everything, and everything is nothing. Empty space is empty, and yet everything contains everything. And fractals, well, the whole is contained in each part. And there's a tendency, you might have noticed, for things to spiral like bigger and bigger and bigger circles, or bigger and bigger and bigger arrows and scales. They can also spiral inward, and that's what Dr. Sam Rader uses in source coding for healing these, for healing vicious spirals or cycles. But of course, there's also virtuous spirals and cycles. So I'd say, yeah, anything that has to do with this, you could just, you don't have to do anything, just let karma, let spiral, let fractal. And I'll definitely be talking more about all of these in the future.